Going on from March 31st to April 21st, the Moss-Thorns Art Gallery is hosting its annual Student Honors Exhibition. The Honors Exhibition is an art show where students can submit up to 4 art pieces that they made in the last year. This exhibition was juried by Marco Hernandez, an assistant teaching professor of print media and foundations coordinator at Wichita State University. Hernandez picked the art pieces that would make the show. An anonymous judge selected 20 art pieces for a scholarship prize of $200 and 3 art pieces for a scholarship prize of $1,000. I got to talk to all $3,000 prize winners. First, I talked with Courtney Hancock, who is a senior art major and had 4 pieces selected for the honors exhibit. When asked about the inspiration behind her prize-winning piece, this is what she said.
Was based off of this prompt that we got for a different show called the Land Body Place Show, and it was basically our interpretation of that. So mine is kind of like my own personal journey, but I'm represented by a pine cone. So, yeah.
Next, I got to talk to Annie Lynch about her prize-winning piece. Her piece was inspired by Greek and Roman statues. Here's Lynch on how she made her piece.
I just kind of make the base shape, but then after that, I hollow it out from the bottom. But if I made a bigger piece, I'd have to cut it. I then hollow it out and then stitch it back together, sort of. But then I would add the details and I'd cut off like the head and like the arms so it looks more like a broken statue.
Lastly, I got to talk with Emily Shepner about both of her art pieces that made the show.
They're both self-portraits, but they're both displaying different kinds of strong emotions. I would say that they're both pretty confrontational. They have a strong emphasis in like the face and the hands, because I think there's something about somebody's hands that portray a lot of humanity. And then the face obviously is the most expressive part of the human body.
Here's Emily on how she made her prize-winning piece, Dissociating in the Cereal Aisle.
It was a lot more experimentation with kind of viscosity of the paint, so it's acrylic, and I started just by doing the background and just kind of dripping things across and letting them run and stuff to create kind of a grid pattern, because I experimented with that in another kind of abstraction unit before, and I thought it was really fun and interesting. And then then it was just kind of some contours over the top of it with some different colors and just building up from there. There wasn't a whole lot of like skeletal like structure done before doing the painting. It was just kind of like building up as I went, which came with several problems that I encountered of like, you know, kind of the facial structure I struggled with for a little while before I feel like I nailed it, and just the proportion of like the arms in relation to the rest of the body and feeling like it was foreshortened, you know, bigger at the bottom and taller at the top. You're looking down and up at it. But I think something that was really fun was just letting loose with the drips, and then, you know, doing a red contour over the top of something that I had slaved over for a really long time was kind of freeing. So that was really enjoyable for me.
The next event the Moss-Thorns Art Gallery is putting on is the 48th Annual High School Art Exhibition on April 19th in the Gross Memorial Coliseum. For TMN, this is Tim Schoepflin.